I'm excited about this story, learning who the candidates are. Voters may know Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as Vice President Kamala Harris's running mate, but there are some people out there who call him Mr. Walz. A young Mr. Walz taught social studies and geography to high school students, and he coached the football team. Noah Hobbs was one of those students back in 2004. He said the geography class he took from Walz was the last he taught before entering politics. Right now, Hobbs works as Director of Strategy and Policy at One Roof Community Housing in Duluth, Minnesota. And he coaches high school baseball. He now joins us live to talk more about his relationship with the new vice presidential candidate. So I got to ask you, thanks for joining us, but I want to know, what kind of teacher was Tim Walz? Do you have any vivid memories you can tell us?
Yeah, I mean, there's not like one specific, saying or anything from Mr. Walz, but what I always remember is the amount of energy that he brought every single day to class, whether that was, first hour or eighth hour, and I had him fourth hour, so just before that early lunch lull. But also, I was not a great student in high school, and so the amount of attention that Mr. Walz paid to me was the same as he paid to straight A or A students, and that was really impactful for me. So he treated all students with the same level of respect and dignity and attention as he did, really high performers, and that meant a lot.
And what would you say the reputation was like with other students, his reputation?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I got my class list as a junior, I asked a buddy that I played baseball with, what teachers do I want? Which teachers do I not want? And he just immediately responded and said, do you want to make sure that you have Mr. Walz for global geography, whatever you do? If you don't, transfer into it. And fortunately, I had Mr. Walz on my class list, so I didn't have to transfer in. But that's kind of the excitement that he had across all of Mankato West.
What was the reasoning for that? Was it just because he was excited about teaching, education? What was it exactly, though?
Yeah, I think he makes you want to be there, right? Like, he's got this very gregarious, joyful personality. And so what we're now seeing on national TV is what he was in a classroom. He's that engaging, dynamic, the same type of cadence and joy, and learning about global geography and having this man that also has somewhat traveled the world is like having an interactive encyclopedia right there. And, at the age of 15, 16, and this is before the internet was huge, right? So having a living, breathing, Google right there is really incredible to make you want to be there and learn more.
Yeah, so what was your initial reaction when the former teacher, when he was announced Harris's running mate?
Yeah, I think initially joy, right? I think having your favorite teacher reach this level on a national scale, and Mankato's a town of 46,000 now, and so it's a pretty small rural farming community, and to have one of your own reach this level is pretty surreal and pretty exciting, and just immensely proud of Mr. Walz.
You said favorite. I didn't know that. Why favorite? That's a big word for when it comes to teachers, right? We all have lots of teachers growing up.
Yeah, I think everyone can think back or at least have a favorite teacher, right? And think of those qualities and traits. And Mr. Walz exhibits those from, just the level of attention and engaging and making class fun and not feel like a chore, at the age of 15, 16, and being really personable and really, not asking the same 3 questions of every single student. I mean, he really went above and beyond to make you feel welcomed and a part of, not only his classroom, but in Mankato West also. And we had a school, my graduating class was about 420. So to do that year in and year out is pretty special.
It really sounds like he cared, which really makes all the difference. What did his classroom look like? Were there posters? Were there quotes? Can you kind of tell us about the atmosphere?
Yeah, there was a little bit of poetry, and I don't recall any of the poetry on the walls, but certainly a lot of maps, which was really helpful in learning it was global geography that we had and learning about the world around us. And so there was certainly a lot of maps, but also it's just a pretty standard Mankato West classroom.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.